All right.
Oh,
And we're live.
hello.
So,
Good evening or good morning,
depending where you are in the world.
depending the time zone.
Like Emmy will be joining us in a bit as well. We were just wrapping up another call with Produce Like a Pro, so it was all a bit tight, but he should be here any second. And yeah,
Right?
just out of curiosity, like if any of you guys in who are watching this have played with it already, please do share. Any comments you have or questions you have for us, so that we can try to answer them. And yeah, we'll be on our way.
Hey, Arthur. Arthur's online. Internet Galaxy. Hey, saw you earlier today. And
Is that the same Arthur? No.
well, I think so, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, good point. Should look at the last name.
Just gonna move it.
All right, let me
All right.
do
Emmy, we're live.
download. Alpha.
Downloading. Great. I'm gonna move a bit back. My head is too big for the screen.
My head is very tiny.
Emmy,
Maybe
are you
I
there?
should-
Oh, we don't hear you. Emmy? Okay.
That's too dark.
Yeah, that's too dark. Let's go with the light. All right. Great. People saying install but not yet tested, waiting for you guys. So great. We'll
Oh, all right.
give you a bit of info. Emmy, we
Yeah.
still don't hear you. So, all right. We'll get started. Well, thank you all for joining us today on this exciting day, our launch day. Been looking forward to this for a long time. Are you
Of
ready?
good one.
Of RootOne.
Yeah.
Yes. It's been yeah, it's been a long time. I was saying in well, also in Warren's show that, well, we started first talking about like low end and getting big low end like it's 2 years ago. So it's been quite a journey. And maybe to start off, well, I'll let you, Jeroen, like give a bit of a background because you're like the main mastermind behind a lot of the things that are going on in the plugin. So maybe you
Sure.
can give a bit of a of a background of what's
A
going
bit
on.
without giving away too much of the secret sauce, obviously. Um, but yeah, RootOne is a subharmonic generator. So, and the way we do it is maybe a bit different from most generators that we know. It's not simply pitch shifting in a classic way, but we do a synthesis, an analysis synthesis algorithm. So we see at what frequencies are available in the existing audio that's coming in as your input of the plugin, and then we generate subharmonics 1 octave below certain frequencies, um, and then the key of the algorithm is, I think, in how it selects those frequencies and how we divide it up in 3 bands, which can then be adjusted with a simple gain fader. Um, but yeah, that's the basics behind it. Looking in a more analytical way at the signal and then creating a subharmonic, and not just blindly, but really selecting the most interesting frequencies to make a sub from. And then on top of that, we added some higher harmonics by means of saturation. And then you can also blend in those generated subharmonics into the saturation module. So you can really like boost that drive or make a blend of really low stuff into your saturation. On top of that, some filtering and some dynamics and decay to shape your energy of each subharmonic. You'll find those at the bottom of the user interface. Um, And yeah, that's and then you have your still your dry signal, the original, I believe you labeled it.
Hmm.
So you can blend everything. So the idea is that you have an original signal and that you add bottom end or low end to it. And yeah, crucial, all phase aligned. Those subharmonics are in phase with the existing signal, so that you don't have cancellation or weird phasing going on. So to have a more natural sounding attached subharmonic that's attached to your original, or sounds attached to the original. Um, that was the idea behind it.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Hmm.
that,
Yeah, that's a good point. Like that was really clearly from the beginning. That's what we wanted. Like instead of sometimes you have like sub generators that sound kind of like detached from the originals. So we wanted to really generate something that feels like one with an extended low end, and that's how the whole pitch tracking and phase tracking came about of how this is implemented.
yep.
So I just Andreas said congrats for extending the low end to deep sea levels.
Nice one.
Nice, thank you. Emmy, you wanted to add something?
You hear me?
Yes, we
Yes.
hear you now.
Well, basically, welcome everyone. I hope you're enjoying. If you have the time to check RootOne yet, if not, you can always check it out in the website and download the trial. This has been a interesting and a very interesting learning experience for all of us, and it was has been a fun ride, but it's just starting. So now it's the time that basically you tell us what you think, you tell us how you use it, how much you use it, what you would you like to see in, like, in newer versions. What's your feedback? Like, we always love to hear from you, because at the end we're always trying to guess what you will need and like, again, this is one of the cases that whenever you have a question, whenever you have a request or something like that, don't hesitate to reach us, because we are always trying. That doesn't mean that we can always do it, but we will try to listen and respond to each one of you. We are like 22 people watching, which is, it's great that you take the time to be here with us. And most all the technical stuff has been clearly explained by Jeroen. He's the man, and Robin as well. The only thing I will add is, I like to think of it as well a creative tool. Like, of course, it's cool for bass and kick drums and things like this. But what about doing in instruments that normally don't have low end, but just as sound effects, as rises, as, like, for example, I like to a lot to create kick drums out of knocking on my desk, or like dropping my phone, or like hitting the mic, and maybe that sound doesn't have the low end because it doesn't exist. If you hit like your mouse like this, it doesn't have low end, but you might be able to create a cool kick drum with a different attack, a different texture, a different body, by using this. So don't I would say, I when I see a new tool, I, besides having the, okay, this was meant for this, I go completely left. It's like, okay, what can I do that, not like, normally this should not be used for, and try to be creative with it. So yeah, that was the main thing I will say. I think, do we have any questions? Finally can Dennis says that finally can sound like Barry White. You already sounded like Barry White, no worries. I see. Considering MP3 codecs for DJs and internet radios, do you see this also used in an output sum to increase low end on such files? If you ask about doing a mastering of a stereo mix to increase low end, yes. I don't see this in order to compensate for lossless codecs. I would say don't use them, or try to use them as little as you can, or with the least damage uh, scenarios you can do. But yeah, there's the dealer Joe Says been testing it for a few hours earlier. Amazing for creating techno sub baselines for percussion grooves. There you go. That's a cool way to to be creative. And Moise Piano says sounds good on drums, bass, no complaints. Glad to hear. Um, yeah, that was. I think. I mean, the point of this live stream was to catch up and touch base and hear it the news from our end. I'm not sure if you. We don't want to make it super long, so I don't know if any of you guys wants to add something or.
I just see a question. I think I can address it partially, at least. Try to from Arthur Walter asking
Strings.
the very vibrating string on a contrabass, if I understand correctly. And it seems to be hard to get a clean sub because it's a very vibrating string. How to overcome that? It could be it's the analysis algorithm. There's a certain slowness to it. So if you have a very modulated signal, it indeed can.
I think there are some
crossover
issues with.
frequencies. So you.
I think there are some issues with Jeroen's connection. Maybe Jeroen? Okay, Robin, do you hear me? Okay, I think there's an issue with Jeroen's connection. So, and Robin is it's muted at the moment. So we didn't hear the response from Jeroen, but like if you have any other response, just put it in the chat, and Jeroen will be able to address it as soon as he's back. So Andrea says, I just had a very quick shot at it. Did I miss on and off buttons on the separate sections? We don't have separate on and off buttons. There's a solo button, but we don't have a mute or on and off like in the stage one, for example. But good to know. Like keep sending your feedback, because I think it's great for us to see, you know, like how can we always keep improving.
Mm-hmm.
I see that Arthur. Well, we'll try to address this question when Jeroen is back. But yeah, something I would say, try it. Let us know, you know, always on socials or by email how you like it. How can we answer some of your questions? And Adam Seller says, "Hola guys, hello."
Hola.
And Moises says, "Sounds good together with stage one." Yeah, try. I would say be careful with making the sub really stereo, because I wouldn't make anything below 200-300 hertz stereo wise, well, for like scientific reasons. But yeah, like always play around. Maybe you don't can answer the question that he was answering.
Yeah, so I don't know how much of the message came through.
None of it.
Nothing. Basically, it comes down to if you feel like it's the algorithm or the subharmonic is not tracking well, play with the crossover frequencies. So we added variable crossovers in. You'll see them in the UI somewhere at the top level between the faders. And they've been chosen like as broad default, but you can always fine tune them and make it either narrower for the band or broader. Play a bit with it if you feel like it should be tracking better or differently altogether. Yeah, that's all I can add to that question.
All right. Well,
yeah, I think from my end as well. I think yeah, I think that's it. I hope you guys play with it. We do have a couple of videos. Well, one promo video. I also did a bit of an introduction video with some examples. So, but yeah, all in all, try it on your own stuff, and we hope.
Yeah, I'll link the videos in the chat so everyone can watch it. It's basically an introduction, right, Robin?
Yes. Thank
cool.
you. Yeah. All right. Well, then I hope everyone has a great evening. I know in Europe it's getting late, so and yeah, please do stay in touch, and yeah, love to hear from you.
Yeah, looking forward.
All right.
Okay.
Have a
Have
great
a good
evening,
one,
everyone.
everyone. Thanks
Bye.
for tuning in. Bye bye.